Hello everyone, this is Aparna Bhatt and welcome to our YouTube channel Abhijna Legal Maps. So in Abhijna Legal Maps YouTube channel, we are actually having the goal to impart legal education in English so that it will reach to the South Indian states, North Indian states, where usually there isn't much regional language classes provided. Okay, so for that purpose we are providing legal classes in English. So this would be an English YouTube channel regarding law. So it will be helpful for judiciary aspirants, judiciary exam aspirants, LLB students, and also all India bar examination students. So this channel will be imparting legal education relating to those subjects related to judiciary, all India bar examination, sometimes CLAT also, and also higher judiciary also. So let's begin with the today's class. So today I'll be dealing with the overview of CPC, that is overview of Code of Civil Procedure. CPC is one of the very important acts, important major acts which we study, right? So it is a very vast act where we come across different sections, different orders, and they're not like one or two number in number. The number is also too huge, so it's very difficult to remember the numbers of the sections, number of the orders. And also we have rules, sub rules, and different concepts involved in this. So this is the procedural law involving civil procedure in civil courts, right? So we will be learning through mind maps. How is it going to be helpful if we study these sections and mind maps, sections in mind maps and orders in mind maps? Okay, see here, basically when it comes to the sections, see we have, yes, see we have different chapters, different parts are summarized here, from section 1 to section 158. Okay, section 1 to 58 is regarding sections. Then in the first schedule comes our 51 orders. So, although it is not considered to be the part of the act, section is a usually when we learn sections, it is a substantive law. When it comes to the first schedule, if we are learning first schedule, it means we are studying the procedural law. So, from order 1 to 10, so sorry, order 1 to 51 also, we are going to learn regarding that. Okay, so what do we learn basically? What does CPC cover? So let's understand this with the help of our diagram. Okay, so basically we have definitions, right? In the preliminary portion we learn about how many what are the different definitions we have. See here, in definitions we come across who is the decree, what is decree, who is the decree holder, and then who is the judgment debtor, legal representatives. These are all which I'm highlighting. Those are all the important technological terms which are important. Then mean profits, that's also important. Then public officer to a certain extent is important. Then judgment, the meaning of the judgment and the meaning of the judgment. Order, decree, and judgment. So order, decree, and judgment, those three are always being asked in exams. Then foreign court, foreign judgment, even they are being asked. So these definitions we are going to understand in preliminary one. So I'm not going to discuss in detail, just we are covering the overview portion. Okay, for a detailed discussion, we have a separate course. Okay, we are launching, we have a separate app, that is Abhijna Education. So basically it is covering the judiciary examination courses relating to Karnataka judiciary examination, but we are planning to launch English courses so that it will be helpful for most of the students who want to learn in English. Okay, so there we will be developing, we are launching a separate detailed code of civil procedure related notes. Yeah, so one such thing is definitions, which is very important. Please learn this. Okay, definitions. Then soon after that we are going to understand suits in general. There, see here, you might have heard about res judicata, res judicata, res judice, and courts of civil nature. So section 9, 10, and 11 are most important. Okay, res judicata, stay of suit, and section 9, they deal with how when initially a suit is being filed. So it should not be repeated, right? There shouldn't be multiple litigation. So for that purpose, the law ensures that there are certain strict guidelines. Only civil suits should be filed. No second same repeated case should be filed again in another court. If such case is filed, it should be barred, or if it's pending in some other court, it should be stayed. So like this, they have given certain rules, and also some foreign judgment. How foreign judgment will also operate as res judicata. So to prove that, what should we provide, like certified copies should be provided. So for that, some presumptions are there. So all these things they are stating in this. Then regarding territorial jurisdiction, so territorial, pecuniary, so all these jurisdictions they state here. Okay, how if it's immovable property, how suit should be filed. If it is movable property, how suit should be filed. So all these things are stated in these sections. Then later, regarding transfer of the suits. So all these they are regarding the transfer of the suits. Section 22, 23, 24, 25. Out of them, section 24 is the most important section because it speaks regarding general power to transfer, general power to transfers and withdrawal. Okay, so that is regarding suits in general. Then we come across, so how a suit is being filed. So we see that, see section 26, this is somewhere interconnected with order 4. So likewise, so I'll do that in our next class in CPC. uh, One is regarding overview. In my next class, I'll be dealing with how one section is interconnected with order in another group. Okay, we'll deal with that in my next upcoming YouTube class only. But before that, please understand, see how a suit is being instituted, then how summons is being given to witnesses. Okay, this is summons to the parties. This portion deals with summons to the parties. Likewise, summons to witnesses also. So how summons should be sent, how it will be served to them, that we're going to learn. Then comes the judgment and decree. How should the judgment, what are the contents of the judgment, how should interest be awarded, if costs are being awarded, what will be done. So what are the different types of costs. So all these things we are going to learn in suits in general. So uh, preliminary portion and suits in general, they are generally somehow dealing with general suits, normal suits. In the case of a simple suit, what are all the stages which a person has to file, then summons. So all these things they are speaking regarding that. Then when it comes to after the judgment, then what will happen, they may go for the execution, right? So execution, we find so many sections here. Sections yes. So here we see that section 36 to section 74 deal with execution. So what do they actually cover? What is the syllabus of this execution? If you have to see, basically what all courts have the power to execute. So that court has certain powers to decide certain questions. So those questions will be decided here. Then different types of execution, how execution is being carried out, different modes of execution that is being spoken here. Then those modes are there, right? So arrest, attachment, sale, all these things are there. So how are they being carried out, rules regarding them, so those things are given here. So basically, execution speaks regarding how an execution petition should be filed, and in which courts it has to be filed. What if it has to be transferred? What is the power of the transferee court? Then what are the modes of the execution? If in the modes of the execution, if it is arrest, how it is done? If it's attachment, which all properties can be attached, which all properties cannot be attached? So all those things we are going to learn in that. Then comes incidental proceedings and supplementary proceedings. So if we have to compare, the incidental proceedings are those proceedings which are very essential to the normal suit. Okay, see, the issue of the commissions is the example of incidental proceedings. Supplemental proceedings are something which are in addition to the normal suit. Supplemental proceedings, if you have to cite the example, it could be arrest before judgment, attachment before judgment, issuing temporary injunctions. So those are all the examples of supplementary injunction, supplementary proceedings. Then we are also going to learn in CPC regarding, some cases are there, very unique cases, like if we have to file a suit against the government, or government is filing a suit against you. So like what will happen, what about an interpreter suit, how it's being dealt. So some special cases we are going to learn. Then special proceedings. Special proceedings means, see, sometimes arbitration, alternate dispute resolution method, they have to be carried on. Or sometimes special cases like public nuisance related cases, public charity related cases, they have to be learned. They have to be filed. What is the procedure there? So those things we are going to learn in special proceedings. So up to it covers up to section 89 to 93. Then after judgment, usually they'll go for an appeal. So different types of appeals we have. So we don't have only single one or two kind of appeals, we have different kinds of appeals. That is first appeal, it's also called to be original decree, appeals from original decree, or it is said to be first appeal. Then comes the second appeal, which is said to be appeals from appellate decrees. Okay, we also have appeals from orders. Then appeals to supreme courts also we have. We have to understand, when we learn about the appeals, we have to understand the powers of the appellate courts. So that's very crucial. So here we are going to learn the powers of the appellate court. That's very, very important. Okay. So this is another aspect what you're going to learn. Then apart from appeals, if upon a judgment you have to challenge the judgment, but appeal provision is not allowed, then what are you going to do? You're going to file reference, review or revision. So how it's being filed, section 113, 114 and 15, they speak regarding how, if appeal provisions are not allowed, how a person can, an aggrieved person can go for either a revision or review, because reference can be made only by the court. So these provisions we have alternate to the appeals. Then some miscellaneous provisions are there. So here in rules, miscellaneous, these are all regarding miscellaneous provisions. The last chapter, which actually speaks regarding miscellaneous provisions, so here certain exemptions are there. Exceptions from arrest, exemption from being personally summoned to appear, then uh, exemption from arrest under different process. So different kinds of exceptions are available for high dignitaries, for women, and such persons we can see there. Then we come across uh, enlargement of time, caveat, 148A, uh, 151, section 151, very important, inherent powers of the court, or open court trial. So always the trial should be open, it should be in the open court, right? So section 153b suggests that. So that we have learned here. So this is regarding the initial section portion. Okay, it speaks regarding the sections, how it is being dealt, the overview of CPC. So whatever we have covered so far, it is regarding the sections. So tomorrow in the next class we are going to learn about the first schedule. So what does that deal with? It's just an overview. Okay, it's just an overview, so that for a quick revision it may be helpful. So that's why I'm showing these things. So apart from this, tomorrow we are going to learn about the first schedule. First schedule, second, in the first schedule we are going to learn 51 orders. Not each and every order is very important, but some like initial orders are there, they are said to be important. So we are going to learn that. Okay. Yes. So this was all about our today's class. As I already mentioned, we have Abhijna Education app. Okay, you can see in our logo, that is our logo. You can find it in Google Play Store and also in Microsoft Edge. You can find our website. Okay, we have given the description of the class, so please find them. Uh, yeah, as of now we have only Kannada classes, but very soon we are going to launch English classes. So please download the app if you want more reference. We also have certain study material. We have 10 books, so you can find it in abhijnabooks.com. Okay, we have again given the details in the description below, so please find them. So thank you all for watching this video. If you like this video, please do like, comment, share and subscribe. And also we have a WhatsApp channel. Do subscribe to that WhatsApp channel. So thank all of you. Let me take your permission to sign off. So thank all of you. Take care. Bye bye.